Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you all. Good evening, movie lovers. Good evening, fans and friends of the Cameroon movie industry. Good evening to you, Cameroonians. Good evening to you, my delicious. It's yet another scintillating episode of a sit-down week. We're going to be having an incredible guest today, a formidable one, a highly talked about personality in the Cameroon movie industry. He is well known, well read, highly traveled. He is huge like that. Of course, I'm going to be getting him on board. Guys, get the comments talking, get more persons in the house, share the video. You know how we do it. Tag your friends, pump us hard, send us stars, get your questions ready for Mr. H to answer, okay? While we're doing that, he's backstage looking all handsome and gorgeous as ever. I'm going to be talking with Hamado Bate. Hamado Bate is about the first person we're seeing in the house. Please share the video as you join. We have Nkepu Godwill. Please, when you come, please send an indication in the comment section so that we can project it. And hey, get your questions ready. He is more than willing to answer to each and every question that is sent to him. I have Money Queen as well. Hello, Money Queen. It's good to have you. We have Tema Vanessa. Hello, Tema Vanessa. It's good to have you. Have you shared the video? Have you sent stars? Have you sent hearts? Have you tagged your friends? So tag everybody. In fact, tag CY Enter. If you guys have not tagged anybody, tag CY Enter. He has to be here. Tag, or in fact, the entire entertainment industry has to be here, because one of the pioneers, a legend in the industry, is here and very much willing to have a chat with us. So yes, yes, he's there, and I've seen it in the comments. That's a powerful one from him. He says, oh, that's Belinda Tata. I thought I clicked on your name. David Cyril. David Cyril, I see you. Have you shared the video? Prudencia Orenge. Prudencia, have you shared? Tazi, the comedian. All of you, let's get these views to like 100. I mean, his personality deserves this much audience, okay? So please get them coming, get us talking in the comments. So that's our boss, Agbor Gilbert Ebot himself. He's called H. I love the abbreviation of his name, like, you know, and he's more than willing. He's already, you know, getting you guys anxious with that particular comment. I see more of you. I see Mufo Henrietta. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sending stars. Noko Yvette as well. Guys, I need to see if you want me to read your name, you want me to project your comments, you know what to do. Send us hearts in the comments or send a star, whatever in the comment section. I'm going to project your name. While you're doing that, please share the video and keep pumping hearts while I get him on stage. But before I do that, please just have a short commercial break. And get my cup of tea ready, because I've not had that ready yet. Okay, so let me get my cup of tea ready before I get our very prestigious, gorgeous, formidable Agbor Gilbert Ebot on your screen. Watch this video and please share.
ICT Country People University, make we hear when I get the spots.
The 21st century is a century for ICT. You need a tool such as ICT to reach so many places.
Apply now and study ICT, Science of Education, Business Management, and many more at the ICT University.
I can remember having my first company on paper at ICT University during my Entrepreneurship 101 course.
We have lectures online and on-site, permitting us to connect with other students all over the world.
The ICT University recently received the Guardian Post Award for Best University in the sub-region.
Artificial intelligence is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that can guide you when moving from one city to another in Cameroon.
Apply now. American-style studies right here.
Now, country people, the ICT University for Yaoundé, so now the best for Central African sub-region, my country people. Now, Professor Emmanuel Pondi that win a big organ for the university. And one salute Professor
Victor Mbarika.
Country people with this wonderful initiative where they don't bring them inside Cameroon. When I don't get for go for one man country again for go study business management, study wonderful technology and a lot of other things and where ICT University again are the best ICT university that for inside Cameroon. So send your picking there. When I want to already get advanced level, Papa na better places. Not in America, now for inside Africa and for Cameroon, it day. So now we partner, we're going to talk about them before school and start for October. Thank you. Kikam. We're not there for kacham.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this very scintillating episode of Sit Down With Agbor Gilbert himself, guys. I know you want to see him, but I'm not very impressed with the views. So I'm going to wait when you get these views up, and then, of course, he's going to grace your screens. I have Babila Donald. Babila Donald, how are you? You're saying, I hope TY is watching. Please tag TY. I've said, if there's one person you have to tag today, it has to be CY, because this interview has been a long time coming. There's a lot of questions that he asked Agbor Gilbert, and I'm sure he's very much willing to answer today. And of course, your many questions as well. So it's not just about CY, but of course, you understand why we're talking about him. We have Carl Jr. in the building as well. We have Abu. Thank you so much, Carl Jr. I see you. And we have Gang Delphine. Hey, namesake, I see you. Mentor Kilian, I see you. Diben Kobo, I see all of you. Have you joined? Have you shared the video? Jolly, it's been a long time. I mean, let's catch up after this. I see you, Papa. Brunhild and B Niba, I see you. Hope I've gotten all the names. Anang Teres, B Jackie, all of you guys. So yes, just about time for me to get our boss on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you make some noise in the comment section. I need to hear you make some noise, more noise in the comment section while I guess the boss himself, Mr. Agbor Gilbert, grace your screen. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Just a sec, guys. So let me put this on screen, okay, while I do it. My dashboard, normally I'm supposed to have somebody do this, but my dashboard is a bit right. You see this fresh looking guy? I mean, he's jam-packed, man. I'm excited to have this interview with him because there's a lot I want to know for myself before you all there out there. I need to know a lot about him. Okay, but let me just see if I can attempt to give just a glimpse of who he is. When he gets on here, he's going to be telling us more about himself. So yes, that on your screen is Mr. Agbor Gilbert Ebot, fondly called H. He's a Cameroonian award-winning film producer. His success as a filmmaker includes Before Sunrise, The Blue Kingdom, The Land of Shadows, Pink Poison, and Far. He has a broader focus on African cinema, founder of the Cameroon International Film Festival, CAMIF, and of course the chairperson of Oscars Viewing Committee Cameroon. He's also the COO of the African Now Foundation. He is a bona fide son of Manuel of the southwest region of Cameroon. He is a father, he's a brother, and he is more. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, join me, welcome on stage our very own Agbor Gilbert Ebot. Ta-da! Ta-da-da!
You
You want move Steve Bertrand for work with this kind of introduction. Gonna Steve.
See, don't start there because I never even introduced you, and I'm just about asking you who Agbor Gilbert is.
I'm going to call you for Tonton Beya because Tonton Beya is activity for FA 105 go.
No, Tonton Beya at different level now. Tonton Beya at different level, man. We still struggle. So you see us having those glitches there. Welcome on board, Mr. Agbor Gilbert Ebot.
You don't know my case for a long time though. So today,
Tell me about it. I'm happy to have you, and I'm certain that the audience as well is very happy to have you.
Well, it's gonna be a conversation where I will definitely share my little idea where the knowledge I don't acquire over time, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna share ideas. We're gonna learn. I pray that it's not one of those days where somebody is gonna come rather than ask me a question and I want to pick a fight with you. So let's just have fun. The one that you do not understand, ask the question again. I will explain. If you don't understand, ask the question again. I will explain. Don't get tired.
If you're not here for English, you're here for Pidgin. You're not here for Pidgin, you're here for French. You're not here for French, you're here for Ejagam, right?
I didn't talk French.
You don't parler au français, donc Cameroun est bilingue.
Nah lie. The way they go talk for 20 minutes for English and French, I go talk French.
You don't want to start taking my questions again because it's one of your controversial nature.
Okay, so I can translate my own part. I need to talk to
you don't really take my questions because it's part of your controversial nature that I had as one of my questions to ask you. But hey,
Cameroon is not bilingue.
Cameroon is French.
People have decided that they are French speaking. Let them speak their French. So people are English speaking. We'll speak our own English. We'll go quote and quote. And they pretend.
Okay. Guys, I mean, it's getting interesting already, right? And people are having a field time in the comment section already. Please share the video. I insist again, share the video. We need more persons viewing. You can tell it's going to be an interesting time with his intro. He's not even introduced himself and we're laughing already. But at least if he's not going to speak in French, he will speak in English, he will speak in Pidgin, or he will speak in Ejagam. So please, we have varieties, okay? So yes. Share the video, tag your friends. Again, tag TY International if you've not tagged him, because the lot he has. Gilbert has to be telling him on here today. And of course, some of you out there. So tag the entire entertainment industry, please. Let's do this. Mr. H, let's cut to the chase. Who is Agbor Gilbert in your own words? Because I've just attempted to summarize who you are. Can we know who you are?
Agbor Gilbert Ebot is a film producer. I was born in Tiko. I grew up between Tiko, Bumba, Manfi, Calabar, Lagos. I'm partly Nigerian, maternal side. My father is Cameroonian. And I pride myself as an African. I pride myself as a citizen of Cameroon. And I also pride myself as a man of Southern Cameroon origin. Okay. So I live in Boya. I got into film out of shared desperation, and I've always loved films. People who know me know that my growing up, I was always watching film, always staying close to the TV, even though we do not have much television, so we go and stay. My childhood friends, Solange John, they used to have a television, so we go to their house, stay on the windows, or sometimes we sit on the floor just to watch film. Jackie Chan, Glory, one of my favorite films, Coming to America. And then I traveled to Lagos for an adventure to pursue my career as a filmmaker, where I served under Fred Amata for a long time as his boy, as his assistant. I started as a production assistant. I go buy pure water, and I go to camera for truck equipment. Then I enrolled myself into a film school, Shodi. Then I come Cameroon, tried to do my own first film in Cameroon. At that time, Cameroon and Nigeria, they were having this issue on the Bakassi Peninsula. So I thought to myself, why not bring some Cameroonians and some Nigerians and contribute to peace and to a movie? So I did my first film, Before the Sunrise, in 2005. And the movie gave me untold blessings. The movie opened doors for me, took me to places, I started meeting people. And my passion for it became more of an addiction. I think film, I sleep film. I continuously imagine. I have spent my youth trying to see how I can perfect my craft and build a career for myself, and also set a platform that is going to be accessible and available for the younger generation. So I started thinking of how we can build a synergy, build an association, a come together environment. So we traveled to Bamenda in 2007, and then we agreed for the first ever Cameroon Film Industry General Assembly in Boya, where Mr. Wanken was elected the president of the caretaker committee, and a couple of us were appointed as public relation officers, secretary general, and all of that. So, in my responsibility as the president of the Cameroon Film Industry public relation officer, wherever I go, I carry the flag of Cameroon. I try to push the Cameroon film industry forward. I try to sell the social cultural identity of the Cameroonian people through cinema. So with that, we were able to touch certain places. At that time, there was STV1 and STV2. So we started talking to them. We talked to Canal 2, Mr. Severin Chenko, was trying to set up Baba Dampolo was trying to set up DBS television, and we kept going after this noble men and telling them what we're trying to do as a Cameroon film industry and the content we've created. For some of us, we sacrificed our films to them for them to watch. Lucky, we met a very generous man, Mr. Madu Vamuke with Seattle TV, who accepted to start showing English-speaking films. I have to be precise on that, okay? Because after Trials of Passion, individual or independent filmmakers could not get their film on CRT. So Mr. Madu gave us that platform, and with that, we started showing what we can do. We started going to a Crown Noir Film Festival, and our relevance started shining. And now I moved from there to do what I was trained to do, produce film. So I continued with Blues Kingdom. I did Land of Shadow in Bamenda. I did Pink Poison. My last film was Far, entitled Far. Then in 2013, we traveled to Calabar with the then president of the Producers Guild, Madame Angu Elizabeth. She led the delegation. Lucy Member was in that delegation. Atemebai, his wife, Ayuk, was there. Solange Ojong, Yijika Solange, Secretary General Alasambo, Mr. Musingari, who was the president of the Directors Guild, was there. We got to Calabar, we had fun, we saw amazing things that were done at Tinapa by a group of filmmakers from across Africa, Nigeria to particular. And then I was approached by Ramsey Noah, who said, this is the whole delegation, we came with them from Cameroon. I said, yeah, we came, so I introduced Ramsey to the president of the Producers Guild. And Ramsey asked if we have a festival like this in Cameroon. I said, yes, we have one, but it's in French Cameroon, that's a crown one. He said that you should do something like this in your own site. To enable you to bring African magic and all these content acquisitors who are buying English-speaking content. Because during the one of the workshops, that's one of our problems, how we can market our films across. So I said, I have no idea on how we can do a film festival. So traveling back to Cameroon, Madame Angu kept insisting, Gilbert here, you have to try, we have to do this. So Ramsey did promise that if we do Camille, at that time, if you do a festival, he's going to be there every year to support the festival. So we started working on it gradually, and in 2016, we kicked off the edition of the Cameroon International Film Festival. Then, secondly, my cousin, Mr. NJ Ayo, who is the founder of the African Now Foundation, brought me in as the chief operating officer of the African Now Foundation. It's a foundation where we assist the less privileged in our community. We are from Manu, particularly from the Ejagam clan. So we take care of some of the little things. NJ sends money, we take care of kids, we accompany them to school. We try to help with community projects, water, hospital materials, and all of that.
I'm not cutting you, Mr. Gilbert. I think I'm having a glitch from your end. I'm not sure. Guys, let me know in the comments. Can you hear him properly? Because I'm struggling to get him. I don't know if it's his microphone. Let me know. If you can hear him 5 on 5, then perfect. Then it's just me. But if you can't, then I think he's got to adjust his mic. Let me know in the comments, guys. Can you hear him 5 on 5? Can you hear him properly? Let us know if you can hear him.
Somebody says no. Somebody is saying no. You can hear me?
I think you're audible now much more than you were.
Okay, no. That means I need to speak a little bit more loud.
Yes, please. I think that should be it. Not proper. Somebody is saying they're not getting you properly. So just be more audible, yeah, so that they can get it. Yeah. Because we could hear you, but I think you were a bit low, so that's fine. The sound is cracking.
Do you want me to use a headphone?
I think, you know what? It's okay. Guess what? Can you swap to your phone? Is it possible to swap and go to your phone and use your phone?
Okay, can maybe you go to the advert while I'm trying to do that, because I don't know how to do this. I need to sign out and sign it again.
No. Okay, don't bother. Let's just go ahead. It's clear. I think it's clear now. It's clear. Good. Yeah, say good now. They say good now. So you want to take your phone? Take your phone away. I'm not sure what happened.
Amen. Okay. So I actually stopped where I was trying to talk about my position as the chief operating officer at the African Now Foundation. We are a group of people from the Ejagam clan who do community projects in my division to support our people, especially during these difficult times, the crisis that has been persisting for close to 6 years now. So that's Agbor Gilbert Ebot. Also,
wow, I mean, I know you've just had a summary of who you are. You could talk about you all day because you're that jam-packed. Your profile is that jam-packed. Would love to know more about you, of course, as the interview unfolds. Let's just get to know a bit more about you with the following pictures I'm going to be projecting on screen. Maybe you just tell us the event as quick as possible. So you can just tell us the event, and then, because I've seen you with loads of celebrities, man. I just get confused sometimes. So who is that?
Oh, that's me and Daniel Glover, an amazing man.
You want to tell us who Daniel Glover is? You just said that's me and Daniel Glover. Who is that?
Daniel Glover is an American actor. He featured in the film The Predator. That's when I watched him the first time. The title of that film was The Predator. And then what's the title of it? I've forgotten that title of that film. And then he also did a version of Mandela. I watched that film while I was growing up.
Okay.
Yes. So I met him that's me and the representative of the UNESCO Central Africa region in Yaoundé.
Okay, cool.
Me, the chairperson of the Cameroon film industry, Madame Brenda Elo, my good friend and colleague, Mr. Alene Menget, the Cameroon International Film Festival 2022 edition.
Perfect. Next.
Myself, Dr. Belinda Babila, and my brother, American actor, Mr. Isaiah Washington.
Next.
That is me at the Golden Globes getting my recognition for job well done. Yes, we are talking.
Ta-da!
Me and my junior sister, my friend Stephanie too. Yes. We
Not correct with that picture. I see that picture. I just
by the Italian ambassador, eh? Yeah, we will go represent Cameroon.
I see now for that picture. I just say coughing. When I look like husband and wife.
That one, it could beat me one day was. No, this is me doing my responsibility as a Southern Cameroonian at the refugee camp in Nigeria under the African Now Foundation, who was sharing food. Myself, my sister in Houston, Madame Vivian Kifa, my cousin, Mr. Efium, and myself.
Dada.
That's Senator Daniel Smith in Washington, and I was putting on my medal.
Wow.
What's her name? I forgot her name. She's an American actress, and she's of Cameroonian origin.
Okay.
Yes.
I know.
Here I was invited to the United Nations to make a presentation on my project on the protection of the endangered species of the pangolin, because I wrote a paper about the pangolins and how they are being destroyed. And at the same time, I was asked a couple of questions about the current crisis affecting Northwest and Southwest, which I said my part that to resolve the crisis, we need to engage in an all-inclusive, honest dialogue for us to move forward.
Cool. I'm talking about the Anglophone crisis. You've been known to be very outspoken about it. Your opening statement got us laughing because you keep insisting that Cameroon is not a bilingual country. We have two countries in one, then everybody doing their own thing. And you have your reasons for that. Okay, your concerns are always legit. We read you. We agree to some of these things that you're saying, and sometimes we use you. I mean, we stand behind you and applaud you because some people don't have the quote unquote balls to say all of those things. You recently, in one of your outings, you gave a very controversial statement about that. We're going to get into every other thing, but let me just project that. And I read it. It reads, Anglophones are putting Cameroon on the globe in the entertainment industry and creative industries, but the injustice and marginalization of the Anglophones can be seen at CRTV. We dropped 13 movies at CRTV since 2021. Since CRTV does not have 13 Francophone films to complement, and so they will not show our films until 13 Francophones will submit films in French language. This charming hypocrisy is deep. I mean, it was mind-boggling, it was strange, it was very controversial. However, a lot of people agreed with you. Like I said, we'll talk about the controversial side of it, what CY said about it. But can you shed more light on this particular statement? Why you made that statement? How true is that? Who submitted the movies? Who was in charge? Who is saying no to our own movies until the French movies are complementing them? And what is happening?
Well, I think that I will speak from experience. Okay.
I've
been able to sell my content, my films to CRTV, and I can tell you the journey of each time I try to sell a film to CRTV, how bumpy, how twisted, how horrible it is. You submit a film to sell at CRTV, and it will take you more than a year to even get CRTV to actually write you back about the film. Okay, and then how it was so difficult for me particularly, to get my first film, Before the Sunrise or Blues Kingdom, to be purchased by CRTV. It took me more than 4 years Madame Salimesho was the director of programs at CRTV, you know. So everything I'm talking about CRTV is what they are doing inside CRTV. There's nothing I'm fabricating, nothing. They are playing hypocrisy. The one thing I know about the Francophones is that they are hypocrites because they come and they play as if, okay, they are quick to say, on a NDDC or on a le même Camerounais, but when they want to apply these things, they apply them, you know, favoring more of the French system. Okay? So there's nothing I'm saying that I'm fabricating. I'm saying something that I'm living with the pain. I am seeing young people live with that same pain. CRTV is supposed to buy content from Cameroonians, be it those from the French Cameroon or those from the English Cameroon.
Please, that's CRTV. That's CRTV.
At Camille, we invited CRTV to come. Madame Tabai Nonchon was there. These questions were posed to CRTV. Why is it that how many of you have ever seen that we're doing Camille and CRTV will run the trailer of Camille? Are you saying that we didn't give them? We read them letters maybe around November or December to inform them about Camille that's coming against the next year. Sometimes they reply us in May when Camille was in April. So these 13 films are films we agreed during Camille 2021 when Madame Etabe Nonchon, who was the Deputy Director of Programs, was there, and we handed these films to CRTV. They are sitting on the films. So me saying that they are waiting for 18 francophone films to complement is something that had happened when I was in that CRTV in a meeting. Oh, mais tu sais que c'est bon que si vous ne pouvez pas doubler le film en français, c'est mieux que quand on montre un film en anglais, on montre un film en français. So we have to sit and wait for the francophones to shoot movie on equal footings with us before we can be able to get to CRTV. That's where the hypocrisy is. They say something else and do something else. And it's very sad that you have some puppets as Anglophones who are working inside CRTV who cannot speak to defend the interests of the Anglophones. And these are the most dangerous ones because they are the ones who go and give your name and tap you in certain places to actually make you feel bad. Where are the people?
I was almost asking, like, you're talking about Tabe Nonchon, an Anglophone.
All of them cannot speak. There is no Anglophone in the government system who can speak to protect the rights of the Anglophone. None.
Please, can you be tagging people in this comment section?
I don't play games, Deli. It is me, Stephanie Toom. It is me, Brenda Elum, and the rest, all members of the Cameroon film industry, Musin Deri, whom I know will go and borrow money to do films. We need to start thinking of how we can recover those films, the funds. Is the film good enough? Is the film not too good enough than the South African film that they will go and buy at Discord? But they will prefer to go to Ivory Coast and buy films with Code West than to buy films that we produce. It's hypocrisy. Until they change, we are going to continue telling them. And as long as they say we are one and indivisible Cameroonians, we are going to continue reminding them. Now, when I talk and say we'll be one and indivisible, when I will give our own share of the national cake, we know we can't should not remain second-class citizens for Francophone there. It's not going to work.
Right. I applaud you, Mr. Gilbert, for standing up. I applaud you for being courageous, audacious, to talk about the things, like I said, that the average Southern Cameroonian is scared, is timid to talk about, you know. So you see they're applauding you in the comment section because, like I said, you speak the minds of a lot of Anglophones who cannot say these things. But it's strange to some of us who did not know, not about exactly the marginalization thingy, because like I always say, even the president understands that Anglophones are being marginalized. Like even a newborn baby today will tell you that. So that's really not, it's not up for a debate. I'm talking about the entertainment industry, like until you brought that out, before we could understand, like, wow, this is what is actually happening. And like I said again, we keep applauding you for being the pace setter, the trailblazer, and doing all of these things that you're doing. Now, still in that light, now that we're not treated as first-class citizens, second-class citizens even, we're not having a space. Because I would say second-class citizens is in a way, they would take 10 and take a 5. You know, that's second class in my opinion. But we just don't even have the opportunity. So it feels like we're not even part of it. And I get the frustration and the grievances of the people. What are we especially those of you, the stakeholders of the entertainment industry, doing to get other platforms that can have these movies? We're not going to sit forever and wait for CRTV, are we? What are we doing to have our movies in other platforms, bigger ones, in that matter, like the Netflix, and why are we not seeing more of our movies on there? People need to know, because it's a lot of blockbusters, in my opinion, that have been produced, and I think it's just hanging. And we continuously see a particular producer or group of persons having their movies on that platform while other ones are hanging. What do you have to say about this?
Well, filmmaking, first of all, is an individual conception. You conceive the idea of the kind of story you want to tell. You can't hear me?
Yeah, more now. I can hear you now.
As a filmmaking, is an individual effort. You conceive the idea individually, then you put a team together where people now will come to partake in what you're trying to do. Now, every film producer should have an idea of how he or she wants to market their film. Okay? That is not the responsibility of the Cameroon film industry. It's not the responsibility of the Cameroon film industry to come and take people's films to go and market them. It's not. Okay? Now, the Cameroon film industry can lobby and partner with other content acquisitors and distributors that can come to acquire Cameroonian films. And that, I think Mr. Alex Mbiao, while he was there before Madame Brenda, Mr. Alex Mbiao did a good job. We were able, even when starting with Mr. Wamusi, we were able to get Africa Magic to start buying Cameroonian films. At that time, it was just Africa Magic 1 and 2. Then when Africa Magic reformed policy, and then they created Africa Magic Showcase, AP, Family, and all of that, still we got Cameroonians to submit their films at Africa Magic. And Africa Magic was buying these films. There was no problem. Africa Magic came to Cameroon in 2016 during Camille. They organized an Africa Magic night. And they said, okay, we are open to do business with Cameroonians. We need to start paying for Cameroonian films. I have sold my films on Africa Magic.
Can you sit up? Like when you sit up more, I think your volume is more. I don't know. Just try that again. It's fine, but I think it would be better. Right.
Okay, so I have been able to sell my films on Africa Magic. I'm going from one channel to another. I've been able to sell my films on Africa Magic, and there's this other channel in Ghana, my Africa Prime something. We were selling our films there. Even when we had distributions in the US, I'm talking of Franco Films, Executive Image. For those who live in America, they know that we used to sell our films on this we did distributors where they'll put the films in DVDs and supply to African film stores and African market and salons and all of that. Then Africa Magic stopped collecting Cameroonian films because Cameroonians don't own decoders in Cameroon. It's business. If they are going to buy Cameroonian films, it's just normal that Cameroonians should have subscription based. It's on subscription based. They should have subscription with the multi-choice or DSTV. But most Cameroonians don't own DSTV. What they have is cable. And one person buys a decoder from DSTV, connect it at the back of their house, and then move the outlet cable and share the images around the neighborhood and collect 2,000. That's what they have in Cameroon. So people don't own DSTV. Okay, so we don't have bargaining power when people are not buying DSTV decoders. Moving now to Amazon, we've invited Amazon in 2018 to Cameroon at the CAMIF 2017. We invited them. 2017, we invited them to Cameroon. We talked, and after that, Cameroonians, they started uploading films. Because formerly, you could not even watch Amazon in Cameroon. When you want to watch Amazon, they will tell you are on the wrong geographical position, because Cameroon is highly francophonized, and the laws protecting the copyright are droit d'auteur. So either the Anglophones have not yet seen the need to create a copyright law that is protected by the Commonwealth and this common law. What is protecting Cameroon is droit d'auteur, which is actually endorsed by Francophonie and protected by the civil law. So when some of these platforms want to acquire Cameroon content, the first thing that runs through their mind is the copyright laws. And the French copyright law are very, very tough. You understand? So they are complicated. Okay. And now we moved to that point where Minister Nasif Kwele-Kombi had to step in to actually explain to the people of Netflix and Amazon that, hey, Cameroon is a bicultural, bijural country. You can still do business with filmmakers who are from the English-speaking. I did shout there. I did literally shout. Anybody who know me will not say I'm really shouting.
but again, I want you to listen to this and not feel disappointed. That's why I'm saying there's some times when I don't know you're moving, and then there's some glitches, and then we're having some echoes. But it's live. Don't get me wrong. I just need the best quality. That's why. So yeah, go ahead. Let's just go ahead. Sorry that I cut you.
So now where was that? Okay, so when the minister came in and actually supported us with our claims that we can sell our films on these Anglo-Saxon content acquisitors and content buyers, he gave us the leeway for us to submit films. Let them first of all see that we can do good films. You understand? We're fortunate. I call it when opportunity meet readiness. At that time, the therapy was finished, and it's a beautiful film. And then The Fisherman's Diary. When those two films opened our entrance into Netflix, we failed at one point to make the right noise. If you watch, everybody who's watching here can go back to see how the Nigerians, they took advantage of when Netflix came into Nigeria. They made the noise. The media carried it. They pushed Nigerians to love the idea of Netflix. People were subscribing back to back. But when we had that opportunity, rather than we galvanizing, mobilizing people to go and subscribe and own their own Netflix account, as Netflix accounts are even for 7,000, which is just like $3, $7. Sorry, you understand? 3.5 you can get a Netflix account. We primitively got into a fight of I am the first. My movie is the first Cameroonian movie to be on Netflix. My movie is not the first. My this and that. So we did not campaign for Cameroonians to see the need to own Netflix accounts. Most people watching Netflix in Cameroon are borrowing their accounts from their family members abroad. You understand? So the numbers are not favoring Cameroon. And Netflix does not see Cameroon as an environment where they can make money. So why are they going to buy a film for $30,000 and they don't have a subscription base that can generate $30,000? Delhi, will you do business in a place where you cannot recover your money? You go to Nigeria. Nigerians today, you have about 4.8 million Nigerians who are subscribed to Netflix. You go to Angola. The guys from Angola came there to Camif. That's when they met the people of Netflix. When Ken Powell came there with his team, Moses, Dorothy, everybody, when they came there, that's when they met the people of Netflix. And today, Angola has Netflix Angola.
Okay.
Netflix is divided into 4 zones. You have in South America, you have in North America, you have Africa that is joining up with Europe because of these colonial relations that we have, and then you have Asia, except for China. Because China, you cannot watch Netflix in China. China has blocked Netflix, Amazon, even YouTube. You can't watch it in China. You understand? So they don't acquire content. That's why you see that Netflix is doing a lot of business in South Korea. There's a lot of content that is coming from South Korea. You understand? And then now, when you look at what we should be doing, is we should look at the possibilities for which maybe we can work with people like Cinema Eden, the W Cinema, if and only Cameroonians will be willing to go to cinemas to watch some of these films. And then, if you look at the TV channels, like the Canal 2, the STV, and all of them, they always tell you they don't have money to buy films. So they expect us to give them the films for free. And when we give them the films for free, how do we recover the money that we've invested to enable us to do another film?
Of course, Mr. Agbor Gilbert, just let me cut you in there. So what about platforms like YouTube, where I see a lot of Nigerians taking advantage of the leverage on that? People watch it. I mean, just because at the end of the day, you have this perfect explanation of why our movies are not in those platforms. Again, the return on investment people need to have, the Cameroonian audience needs to be satisfied. We need to be entertained. Now, at the end of the day, we need to have these movies in very readily available platforms like YouTube. Why don't we even have all movies put up there? I know this is a matter of individual choices, preferences, and all of that. However, I'm just asking, why are we not taking advantage of this very free platform, which is, is also very lucrative, in my opinion? What's happening with YouTube? Do we have the same complaints as well?
Well, you have to understand that creating or dumping your film on YouTube does not even generate you much money. Now, for those of you who are YouTubers, who are bloggers, who are supposed to be doing short content, putting on YouTube, how much money do you people make? And not to talk of a lengthy African film. It's just that with the Nigerians in Asaba, when somebody produces a movie in Asaba, the movie gets into a niche market, because in Nigeria there's still that rich, there's super rich, middle class, and poor, and then there's wretched. Because and that with that, the Okada man, the Danfo driver, they don't own DSTV in their houses. They don't have the money to buy the megabytes to go and stream on Netflix. So they still buy DVDs to go and watch in their houses. But in Cameroon, you are giving them the DSTV, the African Magic, for 2,000 for free for 1 month. People don't even own DVDs in their houses anymore. You understand? This piracy in Cameroon is done only in Cameroon. It's the most vicious piracy on the planet Earth. I had a meeting with the Minister of Culture, with Mr. Chair Francis. And when we talked with the Minister of Communication, Chair Francis got so angry on top of, he was shouting in the office of the minister, but the minister said he cannot shut it down. At that time, they were even pirating even Canal Horizon channels. But look at the cable today. If you go to French Cameroon side, you don't see Canal Plus on their bouquet. You don't see, because they have been able to reach an agreement with them and tell them, do not show our channel. You understand? But that agreement, we have tried to push with the help of other people to Cameroon government. They don't even want to listen. Now, coming back to DVD sales, you print a DVD you print 2,000 DVDs minimum. You go to Moliko, formerly you have Magic Touch. You go up in Boyatown, you have Rainbow Movies. You come to Kumba, you have Rainbow Movies. You go to Bamenda, you have Awa and Sons. You go to Chang, you have Magic Touch. Swa, you have Magic Touch. Waikele at Bonas, you have Magic Touch. At that time, you can share these DVDs across. They sell for 1,000. They get a commission for 300. You get 700 francs. So by the time you've spent at least 400 to package a movie, you're still making at least 200 francs per year, a copy of each film. Then there was a distribution network. Now it's all about cable and it's all about streaming. Putting your film on YouTube will not generate you money. They will not, because I have tried. I have my film on YouTube. It's not generating money. Okay. And then when you come and you dump the movie on YouTube saying that adverts, they are going to tie adverts to those channels. It's now that we are beginning to understand how it works a little bit with the Nigerians, because they go and create all these platforms. You see like Iroko TV, their head office is in London. It's not in Nigeria. But they have an office in Nigeria, but their operating system is in London, because of the IP address that will enable Google to actually attach advert to some of this content that can help you generate money. Maybe with time, people like Claudio Oben, who are resident in America, who are Americans, they can decide to create maybe a Cameroon movie channel. Then some of the films that we've done over time, that maybe will recover some of the money, we can put it there. But you cannot expect somebody like Stephanie who has invested over 20 million in a film to do a movie and come and dump it on YouTube for you to watch for free.
I get that. I mean, it's a lot we have to talk about. Again, still, you've given all the explanations of why we're not having them on the platform. We've seen you in a lot of outings. I've posted, for those of you who are just coming, I did put some of the pictures on screen just to know that he is out and about, and he's bagging some deals for the entertainment industry, for our Cameroon movie industry. We've seen you try to get collaborations with the US. I mean, you want to tell us about that, and what ramifications or what are the implications of all of your outings to the Cameroon entertainment industry? We want to know. Are you just going and taking pictures and snapping with white people? What is coming to Cameroon, Gilbert? What's happening? Are we getting into the Oscars? Are we there? How many of our movies are already, in the queue? Let us know, because I don't want pictures again. I want to start having money because I want to get into it too.
Well, I think as a farmer that I am, you first of all get the land.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me.
Cut down the trees to enable sunlight to touch the soil, and then you till the soil. Then you plant the crops, then the crops will grow, then you harvest them. So if you tell me that you want to see the crops, and you don't want to follow the process of which we have to till the soil, and we have to clear the farm, or we have to acquire the land, then I'm saying that you are dreaming. You're not living on this planet. When you talk about the Oscars, it's after Camille that you see that this generation of Cameroonians have had 2 entries. We've had The Fisherman's Diary at the Oscars, right? We've had Hidden Dreams. The 95th edition is coming. We are currently reviewing films that we can send to represent Cameroon. We will send a film that is good, but this film is going in competition with other good films. So it's not something that we are going to go and impose on them that, okay, because we don't send them. Don't bring this spirit of entitlement that you Cameroonian have, that everywhere you go, you must be, it's either Cameroon or it's nothing. No. Go into competition with an open mind. And also learn from what the others are doing, so you can perfect yourself against next year.
When you look at, the standard of Oscars, do you honestly think Cameroon stands a chance to compete at that level? If we are talking about someday we're going to have to emerge victorious, not necessarily all the time, do you really think there's a chance for us as it is right now?
Yes, because I keep saying this thing, that the younger generation is going to do better than I've done in my career. When you see what these young people are doing today with filmmaking, you see the technicality. I was there. I will speak from my own experience, like when you put a particular film and then they are watching it and you see them whispering among themselves, talking among themselves, then you know that, okay. When they finish watching a movie and everybody comes out to shake your hands to say, good job, then you know that you guys are trying. So these are films that are not produced by Agbor Gilbert Ebot, mind you. These are films that are produced by young people. I am admiring their creativity. I'm admiring their commitment in filmmaking. Yes, we stand a chance. We stand a better chance. We stand a better chance. But every day, people are perfecting their arts. So
exactly. I mean,
we the competition very ready.
The competition is real, it's tight, and we stand a chance. I'm happy you said that. I mean, there's hope for us, okay? And especially that you're there already. So we're looking at someday Oscars, and that's how we're grazing the stage to, collect for Cameroon. So I'm looking forward.
Don't try to minimize the little effort we'll be making. When you say you don't want to be seeing pictures of this and that, so what? People, I've been hearing about Oscars since I was small picking. I go to Oscars, I don't take pictures. Then I talk to you, I'm Cameroonian. Una pack fine.
The thing I say, as again, I
want a small walking stick for my hand like native doctor. Then you will now look me like and do something. I beg, let's move forward.
I know one thing for sure, we're gonna get there, okay? And like I said, we've had blockbusters, man. You guys know, I always hype Stephanie Tum's movie because that's about one of the movies in Cameroon that I have watched, and I put my money for this entertainment industry though. I watch, I buy it and I watch. So Stephanie Tum has taken the movie, the entertainment industry to another level. I'm particularly impressed. We're going to talk about that anyways, but let's talk about something that is related to what you posted. I'm sorry if you get any sounds at the background. Understand? Let's talk about CY International, and it's a lot of persons who want to. It's a lot about him, but let's. I don't want to miss out on his recent outing and him calling you out on social media when he's talking about 80-20, and you said he's not supposed to be doing this on social media. Let him take his fight to the appropriate quarters, and by that you mean Yaoundé. And then you come months later to decry the same, quote unquote, the same thing, because of course he's saying I think you guys are talking about the same thing in different words, and he's asking you, why are you sitting on social media as well and doing the same thing that you're calling him out for? Is it just that you want to pick on CY, or it is not exactly the same thing? Because I reading through the comments, some people said that, it is not exactly what you're going through. You talking about CRTV and him talking about 80-20 is not the same thing. Can you shed more light on that? Exactly what you meant and. You're just speaking on him.
I think we should be civilized enough to put things into context. It'll be very childish for me to get up one day and say, I created the Cameroon film industry. It'll be very, very primitive for me to get up one day and say, I did the first Cameroonian film. Or the idea of filmmaking in Cameroon came from me. Or the idea of organizing a film festival in the Anglophone Cameroon came from me. Before we started talking about Camille, there's been a short art film festival organized by Ashio Breeze and Nori Winning-Bob. These guys have been doing festivals. Mero Sanders and Fred Keyanti did the Cameroon Movie Merit Award. You understand? So people have been doing things in different ways, different initiatives. So now coming back to your concern, the 13 films I'm talking about are currently at CRT. They did not crawl or enter a small Yaris or ride a bike to Yaoundé. Somebody took them to Yaoundé. And when I talk about CRTV, and I said that 13 films are at the level of CRTV, these 13 films are not my film. They are films done by other filmmakers who are Cameroonians, who are residing in the Anglophone community. Okay, so now that the films are there, why is CRTV turning in circle? Not to air the films, not to pay for the films. The films are done by Cameroonians. So it has nothing to do with the sympathetic statement of 80-20. To me, the 80-20 idea of the of this modern campaign for 80-20, if it goes contrary to what I believe as a Pan-Africanist. Okay, so if I want Cameroonians to consume what is Cameroonian made, I should be able to challenge myself to produce what is good for Cameroonians to love what I'm producing. You can't force Cameroonians to watch an ugly film because it's produced by Cameroonians. Come on now. How are you going to do that in this modern age when people have cell phones, they have laptops, they can stream? Somebody is talking about YouTube, or you are talking about YouTube. Are you going to go into every home and hold every child not to access YouTube to watch a content? When we produce good content, people are going to watch it. CRTV watching is not showing Cameroonian film. I have explained why CRTV is not showing Cameroonian films. It has nothing to do with whether it's 80-20 or it's not 80-20. If you want to campaign for changes in Cameroon, you have to meet the people who make the decision. And I've given you my journey until when they started showing Cameroonian films on CRTV, how we approach people. And I've called names like the former general manager of CRTV. So I am not talking because I've not been there. I'm talking because we've had meetings with former Minister of Communication, Minister Esa Chiroma. I'm talking because even the current Director General at the CRTV, we are talking with him on acquiring Cameroonian films. So why will you take the films and you're not paying for the films and you're not showing the films? Do you not understand?
I get you.
I did not come to cry on Facebook for sympathy. I'm calling them out so they should know that we know the game they are playing. They should stop it.
Okay, perfect and fair enough. I understand, I do understand, but I sit here and I have to speak the minds of the viewers and the concerns that you're raising. You're talking about cannot.
The critics. Viewers are different from critics.
Of course.
Critics are different from haters. You are reading a comment of a biased, disgruntled hater.
Yes, it's a lot different. I understand. However, I'm here just to channel all of that to yes.
Calling me out for somebody to always come out and call me out and shout my name and say that people never knew about me until you started talking about 80-20. Fine. If he's the one who's giving me lungs giving me air in my lungs, he should cut it and let the case end.
I get it, Mr. Agbor Gilbert. I am trying to say that based on what you've just said, how Cameroonians cannot be forced to consume what is not consumable, what is below standard or mediocrity. I am of that school of thought. I can't, of course, be forced to do that. However, remember, there's a reason why the 80-20 movement started. If we were on the same page like the Nigerians, we wouldn't be talking 80-20. We're just looking at having to valorize ours, so and see why it's telling us to focus on ours more. So if we don't have the leeway to ban, quote unquote, watching on these other platforms, how about our local DJs? So I think like his fight is very, very much is feasible. It's very much attainable. Like, how about the local DJs just getting to, you can trust me, when CY talk, I understand what he's saying. We go to an occasion, for instance, they're playing Nigerian songs, Mr. Agbor Gilbert. Are you trying to say there are no Cameroonian songs in Cameroon that we can possibly play and get entertainment? We always have to play Nigerian songs. We're talking about, apart from that, movies.
Please, I beg you in the name of God. I cannot force anybody to enjoy what is suitable for them.
It's far from that, Mr. Agbor. Can you just hear me? Let me.
I'm coming.
Okay. I wanted to learn so that you get exactly what I was saying.
We are still circling around the same place.
Okay. Can I just ask my question? Can I finish the question?
Yes.
Haven't we seen other countries come up with such things? For instance, I posted the other day on my platform, and we saw Nigerians banning the influx of foreign models to consume to do their adverts, which is fair enough. We've seen that happen. I think other countries, African countries, do that. They say, you know what? Regardless, we're going to impose this just so we get it. In some time, in years past, Nigerians used to consume a lot of Bollywood, a lot of Congo music, and then they said, you know what, we're going to place this ban and impose the consumption of ours. They also factored in the fact that you cannot impose poor or productions to people. However, they had to take rash decisions like that just to get it out there. You see, Ghanaians as well have done that. So I'm asking, isn't it the same? Can't we implement that, especially given this marginalization of the English-speaking Cameroonians, who for the most part don't have access to a lot of things? Isn't him trying to encourage them? That is my concern, which I think is quite legit. But again, I think you don't buy the opinion, and I'm yet to understand why you really don't buy it.
Okay, let us start from bottom to top. I buy the idea of Cameroonians consume what is made in Cameroon. Made in Cameroon should be priority on their agenda. Okay?
Right.
But I will not say because of made in Cameroon, somebody who's not Cameroonian should be looked at with a bad eye because it's not made in Cameroon or because that person is. Do not forget, there are 2 countries in the world with the highest Nigerians.
Yeah.
The state and Cameroon.
And Cameroon, yes.
There are more than 6 million Nigerians living in Cameroon. That's a big crowd.
Right.
So even
I'm just knowing that. I wasn't sure about that number.
There are only 3 countries in the world with 3 diplomatic representation of Nigeria. You have the United States and Cameroon. In Cameroon, you have Yaoundé, Douala, and Buea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at the number of Nigerians who are living there, and they want to watch or listen to Nigerian songs, you come and stop them and say, no, you must play the Cameroonian song here.
When they banned it in Nigeria, they did not factor in the number of Cameroonians who were there. So we're not going to.
In Nigeria, they did not say Nigerians. Cameroonians should not listen to Cameroonian songs or play Cameroonian songs at their occasions. And there was a time where we have to put everything into context. Do not mix.
I get you. No, I get that.
The information that is circulating is not banning foreign songs in Nigeria. The information that is circulating is restricting the advertising agencies and companies not to use foreign models, voiceovers from
foreign
countries to be exploited in Nigeria. It is okay because at a point in our life, we too have also carried that campaign. Not because maybe social media was not this hot, or we didn't come on social media to start preaching, oh, you must slaughter a Nigerian on the street because he's doing good. No, we went to Yaoundé. We sat with the power that be, and there in front of me, there was a complete delegation. Minister Issa Chiroma called his DRG that they should invite all the companies' CEOs. Let them come, let them discuss on how they can use Cameroonians for their publicity. Because what the case we presented was good. Thereafter, we saw the success that came with Valeria Yena, with Made Black and Stanley Eno, and you saw big billboards of Stanley Eno across the whole country. And it was when Stanley Eno came back from South Africa with MTV Award. You understand? And then Stanley Eno packaged himself properly. He was going for making the right media tour. Later on, MTN took over Stanley Eno. Later on, we saw even Bissek. Later on, we saw companies coming after Stanley Eno. Now,
right.
The trend has changed. You don't see those South African adverts again, or you don't see South African models on the billboards in Cameroon because it is growing with time. Now they can recognize that, okay, if they take, for example, Mr. Alene Menget. Mr. Alene Menget it has a profile of an actor, as a DJ, as a comedian, and he has this number of following. Is he being a brand ambassador to our brand can actually push our brand. You understand? So if this Nigerian organization is trying to target precisely this thing came up because of Pepsi. Because Pepsi is in Nigeria. But
Right.
Pepsi is an advert that is done in South Africa.
Right.
You understand? Whereas
Yes.
Pepsi ambassadors like Tiwa Savage and Whiskey who are ambassadors of Pepsi in Nigeria. You understand? So yes,
Right.
it's good for people to come up. If we had an organization that is well structured, that can articulate the problems of the artists in this manner, of course we'll have results. But to say that, okay, because they are now Nigerians have done that, I will come and I start attacking TZ Panchat that he's not on Billboard, or start attacking Jeffrey Epule because he's not on Billboard, or start attacking Spakoli because he's not on Billboard. Will that be reasonable? Will that be reasonable?
Of course, it doesn't make sense. Well, talking about the attack stuff, looking at, let's just think that we buy the idea of the 80-20, or you understand. Maybe he's not articulating that the best way. Isn't it good that those of you at those positions could help him channel that energy towards that? This is not a fight that he can achieve by himself. So if we say, let us go there, it has to be a collective effort. You in that position, you stand a better chance than CY to talk to the minister.
Delhi, I was the public relations officer of the Cameroon film industry. I'm no longer holding that responsibility. So Madame Brenda Elum is the chairperson of the Cameroon film industry.
Okay.
And this particular individual, there was a day I met him at Mountain Hotel, and I told him, approach Madame Brenda Elum.
Why is CY watching? You see why I can't hear? So the long you opening for this place. Sorry, Mr. Gilbert. Sorry.
I called this individual and I told him, approach Madame Brenda Elum. She is the board chair of the Cameroon film industry. Under her, there are 6 active guilds. She will call all the guild members and say, okay, we are going to Yaoundé to table our complaint. Call Mr. Wax Day. Call Mr. Ate Bazon, who is the head of the musicians.
Music, yeah.
Now call Mr. Chop Samuel, who is in charge of copyright. Let them come. We will constitute a delegation that will go to the powers that be and talk. If the minister does not respond, we can now write a letter to the National Assembly. And then from there, we'll take it up.
Right.
But everybody has a way of thinking. And he says he believes on verbal confrontation on social media. And since after since 2016, after this Anglophone crisis, because of the pain and the suffering that our communities are going through, a lot of young people have become too bitter, too angry, too aggressive, because under some of the rubbish he writes online as English. You see the young people, the people who come there to comment and insult people and mention people's name are kids. So people take advantage of certain things, and this particular con man is taking advantage of the fact that there are a lot of young people who are so living in pain, and because of that, because when he comes online and he starts calling me children child,
Mr. Gilbert, we're not going to use the word.
When he's calling me children child, when he comes online, call me my little brother. I don't know how old he thinks I am and how old he is. When he comes online and say that I am suffering from poverty, I don't remember the last time I go to his house to beg for food.
Mr. Gilbert, okay.
Say that we want to poison him, and even going as far as saying that people like Chichi have sent people to come to his house and kill him. You don't nod your head. You condone those primitive statements. And then when you come on an interview where you're trying to talk to me on a civil issue, on ways forward for the Cameroon film industry, and you start using this discredited individual as a form of reference. What am I going to say to somebody who cannot even listen to anybody in a sense of reasoning?
Mr. Gilbert, I understand why when you got on here, I think the audience were quite interested to understand, based on the fact that you guys have tried to
do not trigger situations where you know that first. You watch somebody constantly for the past 2 months. I don't mention the name of this individual. I don't even care. But
I understand, Mr. Gilbert.
It's been the statement you made that why am I only, you don't want to see only pictures of me and some kind of people, you want to see money. It's a statement he made.
Oh.
It's a statement he made that I am traveling, taking pictures, is not changing anything.
No. I don't know about that. I am an individual. I take responsibility of what I say. I made that statement.
Prior to this meeting today, he made that statement.
Oh, really?
So I am in that mindset that it is more of an attack.
Okay. Can I speak, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
So I am an individual. I think I take responsibility of the words I say. I don't need CY to say something. I mean, you should know me by now. I don't need CY. I did not hear prior to this. I didn't hear that he made that statement.
I told you, Delhi, that this individual keeps insulting me particularly. The day we will say, let us come on live, let us insult ourselves, me and him. This is insulting.
Exactly.
Not like
this is not come to that. The thing is,
it is. You're laughing over this aggression, and you people are fanning this primitive act of his, and then tomorrow when people start responding, do not come outside to say why are we attacking, because he has a tendency of attacking people then coming to play the victim.
So okay, Mr. Gilbert,
if this guy went online to say that Chichi has sent people to his house to come and kill him.
But I don't know about that. That is an adult who is responsible for the things he says. And I think, okay, it's the same thing. You come on here, you said something about CRTV. I bothered to ask to probe you to talk about it more, shed more light on it. Why don't we talk about CY that is concerned? I remember we got on here without even mentioning CY. The entire comment section was all about CY. Why? You guys have had altercations more than one time. And looking at the position that you people hold, especially in the industry, I mean, it's but normal and fair enough for us to hear from you. The last time we spoke, he raised a lot of issues concerning you. That is why we actually scheduled this interview. So we cannot possibly not talk about it. And as much as I see that it's so insignificant to you, there are people listening to us who are interested as well in that aspect. That is why. Remember, I asked a question.
Jenny, if I did not tell you today that prior to this, I have taken upon myself to approach this individual to say, if we do it like this, it will be a collective effort. But he's saying that he's a Messiah from God, from heaven, to come and rescue us. So me, I'm waiting for that cloud to open so I can walk safely across and get into heaven. Because everybody wants good life. She na me I get movie. Or now because I say she na me I get movie, you say I'm copying from Nigeria. Sure, I grow for Nigeria. I go school for Nigeria.
Okay, Mr. Gilbert, thank you so much for that.
So if you say that they should cut off all Nigerians, where am I going to go?
Okay, let's take a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue with this talk. Guys, share the video, please. Pump hearts. Tag your friends when we come back.
ICT Country People University. Make we hear. Una get the spots.
The 21st century is a century for ICT. You need a tool such as ICT to reach so many places.
Apply now and study ICT, Science of Education, Business Management, and many more at the ICT University.
I can remember having my first company on paper at ICT University during my Entrepreneurship 101 course.
We have lectures online and on-site, permitting us to connect with other students all over the world.
The ICT University recently received the Guardian Post Award for Best University in the sub-region.
Artificial intelligence is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that can guide you when moving from one city to another in Cameroon.
Apply now. American-style studies right here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining, we've just had we're having a sit down with one of the pioneers of the Cameroon film industry, Mr. Agbor Gilbert. He's been on about a lot of things, talking about his journey, talking about the crisis we're having in the industry, and he's yet to talk about a lot more. And if you're just joining, please kindly share the video, pump hearts, send us stars, okay? And while I get him back on, before I get him back on stage, let me look at the comment section. I mean, it's a lot of you who have been talking and have not projected on any of your comments. So let me start with, what do I start with? Man, it's a lot of comments that have gone up. So I'll be quick as I go, and he can pick one or two from there and talk about it if he so desires. I'll start with the comment of Mr. Tambe Augustine. He says, we spend time inviting Nigerian pastors every now and then. Them come here, collect millions and go capital flight, while other home pastors who have been fasting and praying for us to remain empty-handed. It's a shame we don't give value to our own. We have been Nigerialized. That's from Tambe Augustine. Tambe Augustine, I'm not sure why you are talking about pastors. We are here about the movie industry, okay? Yeah, but of course, your point is, of course, you're entitled to your opinion. Let me see, that's Raphael. Let me see what Raphael is saying. I will never advise any Cameroonian producer to drop any of their movies on YouTube. To be sincere, the fan base of the Anglophones is really poor. I'm objective with that word, Anglophone. And then, of course, we have our very own Stephanie Toom. Stephanie Toom is saying, yes, thank you so much, Raphael Williams. So she is very much in line with that previous comment. Kelvin, guy, you are fighting for your belly, whatever that means. Masa, you be Nigerian, blah, 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 and that. And then here comes another comment. Stephanie Toom official, I already watched the films you just posted. Not everyone who comments is beefing or a hater. Please always try to read in between. The only energy I'm pushing here is positivity. I know you people are doing your best, but always try to gather tips from others as well. Thanks. I guess Mr. Jole had previously put up a comment which did not sit well with Madam Stephanie Toom, and then they're going back and forth with that. Mr. Speaker, this is from Ebong Reina Ediage. Mr. Speaker, you can't be one-man soldier. You just have to accept and they accept and let's move, whatever that means, man. You know, the comments have been piling up and I'm just getting this one. And another one, Manka Solange is saying, CY, why are you watching with a fake profile and attacking? Just come with your real profile, bro. Well, you're entitled to that. We have Yannick. He says, you cannot regulate consumer behavior in a free market. Right. We have Oscar the Slim. Oscar the Slim is saying, conclusion is that CY is 100% right. We have Gentle Chris is saying, if you don't teach your children the importance of education, going to school will be a waste of time for them. Even if they don't like it, you force them to learn, they will see the importance of it. Okay, that's fair. Manka Solange again talking about CY. CY International Maximilian Mark is talking again about saying CY is right. We have Nadesh Nana is asking, how will you help CY when he's always disrespectful to him? A legit question there. We have T. Emma. T. Emma is saying we do not need him to fight for us. Let CY continue.
And we have Gentle Chris again. The problem is not Yaoundé, the problem is the population. If you have to sensitize the population before you take it the authority, and social media has the power to do that. Again, we have Nadesh Nana is saying TY has a good intention, but very disrespectful and grammar strong for right. Heavenly Precious is saying Yesu. I'm not sure what that is. Although CY is not educated, he has wisdom. That is from Ebong again. We have Rafai. Rafai again is saying CY is preparing his camera for a feedback. This industry and violence. Mami Dego is saying that's true. This guy thinks he's too much sense, but he's very. Oh, please, guys, please regulate the kind of words you'll be using, okay? Ebong Reina is saying that you also insult him. Again, we have Rafai. Rafai has really been very active in the comment section. He's saying that CY really needs more education on how to go about this. Nadesh as well is saying, sir, please don't reduce yourself to that primitive man. Guys, can we at least, if we call other people primitive, we tend to be primitive as well. Can we use more civil words? I beg of you, please. Can we use more civil words when talking? Okay, we're adults at least. All of your interviews are always, please. Comment section, please. Can we be respectful? Stephanie Tum is saying, just wow, what a distraction. Gilbert, good luck, bye. I'm not sure what the distraction was, Steffi, but please come back. Don't go. We need you here. We have you're you're the one insulting. You triggered him to insult. In fact, let me get you, Gilbert. I advise you to talk about the amazing work you're doing and leave the topic. Okay. Okay. That's CY's Steffi's statement. Oscar Daslim is saying yes, CY is Messiah. Blah. And so you be Nigerian. Oh, okay, I see. Ambian Elvis, nobody is telling you to hate him, as he's forcing people to love bad content. I'm not sure if I got that. Somebody is saying that you're two-sided. It's either you are for Cameroon or for Nigeria. Most of the people speaking against CY are those benefiting from the Nigeria. In fact, it's a lot of these comments. I think I'm going to scroll down. Morning, baby. I love Lovelin Achanga to see me again. What time exact? What was this? Please, can you? I have Forbes Harris on there. I have Steffi responding to Julie. Julie, I don't see where I said your comment was hateful or whatever. I only said if you didn't know about the films I posted, now you know, go watch them. You are the one reading between the lines, sir. Okay, I think it's a lot that has been said. Okay, guys, I need us to share this video, Palm Heart. I brought in CY with the best of intentions because I know that Gilbert would have loved as well to address one or two things. Remember that the last time we had an interview where CY was talking, and of course we had our brother Gilbert said some things as well. But again, I promise that, you know what, rather than us, interfering in each other's conversation, how about me have a sit down with him? And like I said, this has been a long time coming. That's why we decided we've pushed it for personal reasons. And then we got to today, and then we're talking about it. It was only fair for me to ask these questions. And I do apologize if it derailed the conversation, because I really love to hear Gilbert talk about all of the things and the work that is being put out there. Again, we could not limit it. I thought we could not limit it to just that. Okay, so my apologies, Mr. Gilbert, if you feel offended and you feel like it's fanning the flame. I'm no one to instigate violence like that. I just thought we are civil enough to answer these questions that are posed, not just by me, but of course the audience who are listening to us. So please, if you felt offended by that, I truly apologize. And of course, to the audience, please again be civil. If you felt offended as well, my bad. Okay, I take responsibility for that. And of course, we're going to go straight to other important questions. We have barely few minutes to go, and we want to use that this time judiciously. Okay, so again, Mr. Gilbert, I'm going to get you back on screen. Share the video, guys. Form hearts, send us stars, send us many stars. Okay, and yeah. Welcome back, Mr. Gilbert. I'm happy you don't smile for me. No vex now. No vex for me now. Come on, I'll be a man now. No vex for me. I'm so sorry about that again. Okay, so let's cut to the chase with very important things. Where do I go from? It's let me not talk about, because I put my questions down, and if I get into that one now, it's gonna be something else. Now let's talk about the challenges that are faced in the industry. I love this particular one. Why? Because 2 days back, I did have a very intensive interview with one of the producers. Matter of fact, he's a newbie in the industry. He raised a lot of concerns. I wouldn't say legit concerns. I would just say concerns, because some people think he was not right with his outing. Anyway, he raised a lot of concerns talking about the issues he faced as a producer. Now, when we started this conversation, you made it clear that the producers are individual, that they work for themselves, more like they're business people. So they're just looking for return on investment. They are individuals. It's not a body per se. So you're not producing your movie as Cameroon film industry. You are producing as Mr. XYZ. And that, I'm not sure why that is, because I'm made to understand that we have a guild, producers guild in Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know all of these jargons, and you're going to correct me. So he brought up a lot of concerns, the difficulties, the challenges he faced, and in the industry, with some people who have been here for a long time, more like, oh, these particular people would not want you to break through the industry. I'm not sure. I did ask if you could watch it, because I know you're quite busy. A lot of people who watched the interview understood his concerns, and they were not sure who has to address that, myself inclusive. What are the modalities of addressing such? Who do you talk to as a newbie in the industry when you get to face such things? What happens? Is there any disciplinary commission when the supposed actors and actresses are unbecoming and get people lost money, huge sums of money to be precise? What is happening? How do we go about it? Because it's scary to investors who want to, and listening to him and all the receipts that he put out. Let's hear, is there an organized body in Cameroon that takes care of this?
Well, Delhi, like I said earlier, if you have a problem, if you're sick, you go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
You migrate from Cameroon to England. If you have a child, you go to social welfare. If you don't have money, you go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing all over the world. If this gentleman or lady,
it's a man, it's a gentleman, Mr. Oh God, I'm so sorry, sir, if you're listening to me. Daddy T, actually, that's how we call him.
This gentleman who has invested money in a project.
Yes.
Problems with either the cast or the crew. It's just normal that this gentleman goes to the board of directors of the Cameroon film industry and lay a complaint.
Right.
The board of directors of the Cameroon film industry will write to the syndicate, which is the Producers Guild, and the laws of Cameroon give them the authority for them to enforce in a settlement or in a negotiative settlement between himself and maybe the actor or the actress, because they will definitely have to listen on both sides. And
right.
then come up with a decision and then see how they can solve the problem.
Right.
But you will not invest your money in a film, which I don't know if before he did the film he informed, because the production code of the Cameroon film industry stipulates that before you shoot a movie, you have to inform the Producers Guild. And the production code also made it clear. If you're bringing a foreign actor, there's a percentage you need to pay to the Producers Guild. And since some individuals in Cameroon don't want to respect the production code, don't want to respect the institutions of the Cameroon film industry, they will go and do their thing. And since Madame Brenda Elum is very civil and very gentle, she will not come on your set to stop your set. Because in other countries, they will actually come on your set and they will stop you from producing. You understand? Now you have a problem. You want to come and cry that the Cameroon film industry is not helping you. Did you even recognize the Cameroon film industry before getting into that project? That's one thing you need to find out. Have you tabled a complaint officially to the Cameroon film industry requesting for help? You've not done that. Make we do how make we just mobilize ourselves, come say, okay, you don't shoot movie, you get problem with person, the person don't chop your money. Is that how it works there, Phil? If you say that's how it works, then that means we have failed in our responsibility or in our collective effort as members of the Producers Guild. Mr. Wamusi is a very, very noble man. If today this gentleman writes to Mr. Wamusi of the Producers Guild, you're mute. You're mute.
Is Mr. Wamusi the president of the Producers Guild?
Mr. Wamusi is the president of the Producers Guild. Madam Brenda is the co-chair of the Cameroon film industry. So if he approach either of these people, they will summon the actor and the actress. Is this individual who we are talking about, is he a registered member with the Producers Guild?
Well, I'm not sure about that. He's not here to answer that.
The laws of Cameroon will only allow you to protect a member of either your association or your syndicate.
I get it.
So how will you not put the responsibility or the troubles on the Cameroon film industry without finding from this individual he has respected any of this process? Because he just Mr. Wamusi to take the authorization he got from the delegate of arts and culture that he's going to shoot the movie. That automatically means that the Cameroon government has given him the authority to shoot that movie as the owner of the film. So whosoever now he's trying to either asthmatic or causing problem, it will be the people of Cameroon against that person. So the Cameroon film industry can take that now and write a complaint, join with his own complaint and state to the state council. The state council will summon the person. That's what the laws, those are the powers that the laws have given to Madame Brenda Elum as the board chair and to Mr. Wamusi, who is the president of the Producers Guild. If you follow that process, you get your problem resolved. So I think that maybe I've answered your question.
Perfectly, you did. I have a comment from here. I think it's a producer as well. Let me see if I can get her comment. Is it Maclean Awemo? Maclean Awemo is saying, I took time today to follow that interview with Daddy T, and I could relate 100%. It felt as if he was recounting my own experience. This is a producer in the movie industry. Maclean, sister, I hope that you get exactly what Mr. Gilbert has said, that you follow due process. So if you follow the due process and you get to the people in the appropriate quarters, you would have a case. Because if I understand what he's saying, the set mister doesn't have a case because he was just a businessman doing business and did not tick the necessary boxes, and hope that we understand that. Okay. We have other comments which I obviously don't want to take now. Okay, let's just stick to it. Cameroon, Mr. Agbor Gilbert, I think those in the comments as well would also want to understand, is it the Cameroon film industry, is it Collywood, or is it CFI, Camwood? Because we've had these concerns for a while. Sometimes you see articles put out and you see Collywood. Sometimes you see even bloggers. I think bloggers, I speak the mind of a lot of bloggers who get confused. Even when they're writing an article about you, they'll be like, oh, tell a person of the Camwood, Collywood, CFI. Which is official? I think I should have started with that. And why do we have these different fragments of appellations in Cameroon or in Southern Cameroon?
You know, the thing is, to the best of my knowledge, There's Mr. Akim Macaulay, who owns a production house called Camwood. There's Mr. Eric Tang, who owns a production house called Caliwood. There is a Bertini, who owns a production house in Los Angeles called Camille Wood. But when we came together in 2008, we created Cameroon Film Industry, abbreviated CFI. When we traveled to Marwa for FINAC in 2008, at that time, Madame Mama Kumuna was still the Minister of Arts and Culture. So we invited the Cameroon Film Industry. When we arrived there, Mr. Walmosi was being interviewed on BBC, and the journalist, Terry Hott, asked him, why don't you go with the trend like Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, Gollywood? Why don't you call your own Hollywood? It will be beautiful. And Mr. Wamusi thought of exploiting that to the advantage of the film industry and calling it Hollywood. But when we came and we tried to table it, you could not understand the backlash we had from other Cameroonians. Why must you call it Hollywood? Why can't you create something different? Why must you always follow other what people are doing? And it was just too much noise. So Mr. Wamusi stayed in quiet. We didn't exploit properly the brand name Hollywood. But it would have been beautiful. What is CFI? CFI is Cameroon Film Industry.
Film industry, right.
It's just the
abbreviation.
Yeah, so I don't know how somebody will confuse CFI from Cameroon Film Industry. And I don't understand.
I got this question from the comment. It's saying that it's a lot of disunity and segregation in the industry. What are you, as a stakeholder, as a very notable person in the industry, doing to curb all of this? It's been noted. Well, I hope you got the question.
Well, my dear brother or sister, in every industry it's like that. You know, some people will always feel like they are not getting what is due to them, and some people feel like they are more relevant or more popular than other people, so they need to create their own circle and build their own following. And when maybe the numbers and the people start hailing them that you're doing a good job, they start coming up with ideas that goes contrary to what the group comes with. It should be understood that in an association, there are the rich, there are the poor, there are the talented, there are the less talented, and then there are the most popular, and then there are the less popular. So it also depends on how the ones who are up there can stretch their hand down to pull the other ones on top. So in my humble opinion, we have worked collectively to build a synergy, which is today called the Cameroon Film Industry. And I believe that whatever misunderstanding that we have as individuals on day to day, we can get to our family house, which is the Cameroon Film Industry. We will definitely hug each other and let that pass. Okay, it happens in every industry. It's not just the Cameroon Film Industry. Even in Hollywood, there are people who don't see eye to eye. And that does not mean Hollywood stopped existing.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. I mean, you got that. I mean, I love the answer you gave to that. Let's talk about Camille. I mean, this is the organization that you're directly involved with. You're the founder, you're the CEO. Can we know what Camille is all about? Again, we see Camille. I mean, it's, in my opinion and my assessment, it's one of the most glamorous events we have in Cameroon, and that you have successfully put up. What is Camille all about? Is it just about, because sometimes we just get to see red carpet clothes. Before you hold me beat up, yes, I don't sit up there. Is it just about, so yeah, what is it all about? The aims, the objectives, and would you, as the founder, say it is truly a successful venture?
The Cameroon International Film Festival it's a film festival like every other film festival, like Cannes, like Sundance, like Afri, you know.
Right.
We are interested in networking, in workshops, trainings, and screenings of films. But at the same time, it's a moment to celebrate creative minds. So we organize parties in the evening, and Kamif is a glamorous film festival. It's not like other festivals that I've been to, like the FESPACO, where after the festival everybody goes into their room after the screenings, and then the next day they're waiting to go for the film market. We don't have a big budget to attract all the big content buyers to come to Cameroon and then create different pavilions for different distributors. So each year we can try to bring one content acquisitor, one content buyers, and then we now see how we can make it a successful event. Yes, we like to celebrate the actors, so when the actors come, let them have fun, let them enjoy. And you can testify that since Kamif, today when you see our actors go on red carpet, you can admire them, you can love them, because we are very strict on our dress code.
Right.
Strict on how you look physically as an actor. You might not be making a lot of money as an actor, but that does not deprive you from loving yourself and looking good. So we emphasize on that. And so far, I think it's been good. And we just
I like the smile you used in saying that.
And if it's not Agbor Gilbert Ebot, I think I am for now the CEO of Kamif. But the machine that is behind Kamif is too big. You have the likes of Anori Winningbom, you have the likes of Billy Bob, you have the likes of Mr. Mayor Kanyan Kwine, you have the likes of Evis Stanway, Ebanga. There are a lot of people, Mr. Tombe. There are people who are not even filmmakers, like Mr. Musonge Carlson. He's not even a filmmaker. So all of these people are working in the background. Mula Palmas, Nai A, Agbor Obed. And we have very strong rules. For those of us who are filmmakers, who are members of the board of Kamif, we can never submit our film in competition at Kamif. We can never take part in any form of any competition in Kamif. So we can only try to organize and see. And most of the time, we've had a lot of shortcomings because we've never had the right budget to do what we know we can do. But we
Right.
that the festival has been appreciated and endorsed, even by Golden Globe winner, Oscar winner, Forest Whitaker accepted our festival and even accepted our award. So we, as a people of the Cameroon film industry, Cameroon International Film Festival, we are working night after night because we don't even know when it's daytime. So we are working night after night. In 2023 edition becomes more fun, more interesting, and we can invite people who can come buy Cameroonian content and then take it out.
I mean, Mr. Gilbert, if next year you don't invite me, I will get special from you. So just know still, I'll get special from you. Don't invite us. I'm gonna be. You'll be talking to my lawyers. Talking about the prestigious nature of Kamif. I mean, like I said, it's quite glamorous. We look at. I mean, the organization is perfect. We saw some actors. That was precisely Damaris and Valerine Chifo given awards as best actor and actress, which was, I mean, it's a laudable thing to do. What are the financial implications of that? Do we just have titles and more titles, or so? And just to add to that, what is Kamif doing to see that we get more and more persons have these awards and more persons have value for money that they put into this thing?
Well, I think that the Cameroon International Film Festival, like other festivals, have their policies. Not every festival gives a cash prize home. Not every festival.
Okay.
And I have never seen, except you want to prove me wrong, that big organizations like the Golden Globe, the Oscars, the BET, when somebody wins an award, they come and tell you, okay, the person went home with 1 million, 200,000. Okay. Even when you watch African Viewer Choice Award, there are specific categories that maybe they give cash prize to encourage those individuals. You understand? So, Chifa Valerie won the award for Best Actor, and Damo won the award for Best Actress, And some of these things are not all managed by me. So Mr. Billy Bonzive, who was in charge of the recognitions and the cash prize that goes with it, he knows how we generate the funds to be able to split it among the people in what category was splitting it. The Mula Palmas was the one in charge of programmings of films and screenings of films. Then when they sit with the committee members, and then from the reviews they have, and then now they can now award certain categories for everybody. I want everybody to win an award. Of course, let everybody win an award, but you should be able to first of all submit a film. If you have a beautiful film that is in competition and the film wins an award, then you will have an award. It is not my responsibility to dictate who's going to win an award. Then maybe they should give me an award myself.
You deserve all the awards, Mr. Agbor Gilbert. You do. Trust me. I owe you an award. No worry. Someday I'll just post it. Okay. Let's talk about the young stars up and coming in the industry. There's a lot of talented persons. There's a lot of passionate individuals that we see every day. What would you say is the best way, more like advising them like a big brother in the industry, the best way to monetize their talents? Are we going to just be having talents flooding social media and just hanging like that? You as a big brother, what would you tell them?
Well, there are different content creators in Cameroon today. There are those ones who are doing skits, short skits. Those ones, maybe some channels can maybe buy those skits, but most channels don't buy skits. But now with social media and with YouTube, since they are like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, try to build a fan base. And I tend to applaud the likes of Godi Fongwa, the likes of Caro and Copies, the likes of Lorenzo, the likes of Felicia. These guys are changing the game because technology also is changing. And we have to move with time. We have to move with what is happening. You understand? Like today, I was in a meeting in LA and I met some people who were talking on about the meta world. And in this meeting, other African countries, the South Africans, the Nigerians, are trying to buy space in the meta world. Right now, they want to be uploading content in the meta world. Where tomorrow, you sit in your house. By the time you get into the meta world, your avatar goes into the cinema to watch a movie, and you still make money. You understand? And already, artists like Burna Boys have already signed into their content into the meta world. So they are going to be putting their music in the meta world in nightclub. They are going to be organizing concerts in the meta world.
Right.
So that's why I keep saying that the younger generation is going to make a lot of positive impact. They're going to make a lot of money. They're going to make money than most of us who have been there over time. But we need to bring some of these ideas and some of this information closer to them. Let them exploit it to the best of their ability. So the younger generation has a lot of opportunities and beneficial opportunities that are waiting for them in front.
Right. Okay, thank you so much for that powerful encouragement, man. I know that they want to hear from a big brother who has been there and has done all of that and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, it's encouraging because, of course, it's not an easy place to be. And we understand that and we understand why. And there was a question on the screen, Mr. Gilbert, for you. I want to take that question. So the person literally just asked, so he's just basically asking why you're not taking Camille to different cities. Let me see if Mr. Emmanuel Nsanyui is asking why Camille is not going. The festival is not going to different cities. We have a follow-up answer there. I think I'm guessing because my dashboard doesn't show if you're responding to somebody. I'm just assuming that the response from Steffi is saying that would be like asking a Crown Noir to go to different cities too.
or first sparkle to go to different cities. Each festival rather, chooses their headquarters for reasons best known to them that permits them to easily manage their festival. As the only Anglophone film festival we have being hosted in Boya is totally ideal. How about Bamenda, Steffi? Come on, that's another city. Well, now I come Bamenda. Bamenda people the way they tell me story tell not be other city. Steffi is Bamenda na Douala.
we Stephanie just answered the question, and it's like going to France and telling the country festival that move the country festival from France to Paris.
From France to Paris.
To Paris.
I mean,
or you move the country festival from France to Lyon.
From Paris to Lyon, right? I get that. Yeah.
Or it's like you go and tell Fespaco that move it from Ouagadougou and send it to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Why don't you go tell the Oscars that move it from Los Angeles and send it to New York? So for me, Stephanie just answered that question, and
okay,
it cannot be labeled.
The point. I get it. It's fine. Yeah. So some people are saying that it's no, well, that's comment section. Again, we're coming to the end of our interview. I would love for us to take fire trivia questions. Are you excited about that?
Let's try and see.
Hey, you also have been a strong-head man. We can't ask you a question, no answer. Here for my lawyers. So we're going to, ladies and gentlemen, just about time for us to wrap up, okay? I always like to do my fire trivia questions because it's quite interesting. He doesn't have any time to think. You have to give the answers like that. And let's see, at the end of it, if you would rather change your answers or no, maintain them. But I know he's smart enough and he has his answers at his fingertips. So, of course, he will not need any more time to think. Are you ready?
Let's try.
Okay. First question, Achu or Aero?
Aero.
TPGM or SDF?
None.
Wine or whiskey?
None.
Saving Bango or Fisherman's Diary?
Saving Bango.
Daily TV or Sierra TV?
Sierra TV.
Federation or Cessation?
Federation.
USA or Cameroon?
Cameroon.
Agriculture or Entertainment?
Entertainment.
Makossa or Afropop?
Afropop.
You choose Sierra TV over Daily TV?
Yes.
I did ban you for here. I did ban you for TV. This is the last time you're coming.
I get my reason. Ban me. Go take your
I did ban you. This is the last time you're coming to this platform.
Go carry your family, the family, the mama, and bring your channel. Not become a food.
You didn't see me go fight for background after this interview. Oh my God. You want to choose CRT, but you don't need to choose CPDM or SDF. Are you kidding me?
SDF not the again. No. SDF last after 1994. SDF not the exist again. CPDM. All man are CPDM. So what I like CPDM.
Then we choose. See, and Mr. Agbor, be very careful. You leave Almighty Achu. You go choose Aero. You don't test Achu. You know Achu.
A man like me, so Aero way to cure diabetes. Don't try that thing. No.
Okay, I guess you don't take alcohol, so you went for none.
My mother won't pass me.
If you take alcohol, you'll talk about them. I bet not the take alcohol.
No, me, I don't get problem. Like one of your viewers can ask a question, see, so there's no way forward for the industry. There's a way forward. There's a way forward because it's an industry. So it accommodates everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you come with an idea and everybody accept that, you go. When you come with someone, sometimes everybody not accept them. You wait small.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you come with an idea and then you make them a personal project, and then people they start feel like, okay, why they want to support your personal project? Then they go leave you when you carry your personal project.
Right.
When you come with an idea, like I keep reminding people every day, CAMIF is not Agbor Gilbert Ebot's project. It's a Cameroon film industry's project. I'm just
right
for now. And the board of directors of CAMIF, they figure out one day, they say, okay, no, my time don't correct. Even as I did now, so me, I don't tire. If somebody else, they will run CAMIF, me can't take it because me, I don't tire. Even the chairmanship of the Green Committee for Oscars, I don't tire. If somebody do it, if it take it, they can carry it. You understand?
some persons say, why I don't ask you 80-20 or worldwide?
Well, I think say 80-20.
The way the comment section define palava make them put on my head. I beg
ask me say 80-20 or worldwide. 80-20 na fine thing. But if you want to talk and say make our artists a bit limited only within the 4 walls of Cameroon, no problem. But I think say even as we campaign for the 80-20 for Cameroon, it's fine to make across the world. But look, Burna Boy is show. Look, Burna Boy is show. Not only Michael Jackson and Madonna, they don't feel that stadium. Why would not it push to that level? You understand?
Yeah.
I meet Nigerians and for LA, their work now for galvanize and lobby for American artists and for do collaboration with Nigerian artists.
Okay. Anyways, you know, we've gone above time. We're normally supposed to have 2 hours because my interviews are very intense. So I give enough and ample time for us to talk. Now, we would love to have your final word. Maybe there's some things you wanted to talk about and I've not asked you. Maybe you wanted to talk about some things that the comments, of course, those in your audience they've not asked. Final word, and of course, we can call it a day.
Well, I want to thank you, Deli, for inviting me to your show. And no vex say I choose Seattle over you. At least Seattle they pay 1 million for people. Now go for service more money for us, so no vex. And I want to thank everybody who participate here. And I would like everybody to understand we doing our own part. What we do for push the social cultural identity of the Cameroonian people forward. Will not get for be hateful, and not that everything we concern entertainment must be in a way where it will result to fight, attack.
Right.
People, any man get an animalistic tendency inside him. So when you start attack somebody, you don't feel predict when the person want to fight back, which you feel do. So the industry feel accommodate everybody. And the young people that they do more today, I pray say make every Cameroonian support what they do. I pray say make every Cameroonian of good faith share the content. When Caro the post, share. When Lorenzo post, share. When Deli write a post, share. And then we'll get to also try for come back to some of these where they do blogging. Because the bloggers for Cameroon don't capitalize more on fanning hate, on picking on things away if it only radiate enmity.
Negative energy.
Yes. So we'll therefore also try to change that because the images the world put out there about Cameroon now waiting for the reader. You understand? So it's like when I go for a type and say there's a Cameroon International Film Festival in Boya, and somebody just type Boya, Cameroon. The first thing the first thing they say are killings. The first thing they say are shooting. The first thing they say are La République. The first thing they say are army the pass who gone for street. He said, no, I can't come there. There's a war going on there. They are military. But I tell them, no, Boya is relatively calm. You understand? But nobody will believe them. You talk for yourself about Kamif go Bamenda. Kamif 2019, we're planning to do it at a Sado Ranch. We had made every arrangement. You know, it's a 6-day event, so we needed a permanent location where everybody would stay.
Right.
So people forgot to Kamif for Bamenda now. It would be too difficult because you're gonna bring all these invitees then. Before you want to bring them, there's no direct flight to Bamenda. So it's gonna be 6 hours by road to Bamenda. Whereas it's just 1 hour to Boya or mostly 45 minutes and then things are go. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a comment there from Gay. That's how we quit for today. I'm happy you came. I'm happy we talked. I'm happy we're still going to talk at the background anyway.
Gilbert, I love
We
your
always
last
talk.
words. Most of those 80-20 advocates don't want to think out of the box. 80-20 is, we are not the first people to implement 80-20. And there are some people where they implement them harshly. They are regretting, like the Congolese. In Congo, they made it force. It was mandatory. You know, in Congo, they even get a dance competition where they do like how they do in Takati. They get different dance groups that they can't dance at the end of the day. They win a tournament. They make them, even for taxi them or Congo, they listen to Congolese music. You understand? But after some time, the laws that they put on Congo backfire against them. So now, people like Fally Ipupa, they are trying to change the game. And Fally now one of the people that we don't be an advocacy for, try for platforms that like BET for accommodate francophone artists. You know, give them an opportunity for them to also have a category of competition. You understand? So 80-20 is fine, but you have to present it in a way that does not isolate you.
I get you. Yeah.
Yes, it does not isolate you because
it's not counterproductive to exactly what you're trying to achieve.
But for some person who believe say a career need to succeed for a career as an entertainer because they will consume foreign content, it will remain in that mindset. You understand? You go here. I was somewhere in a concert in Houston. Guess what? They were playing local song. He's a Cameroonian, but they was playing local song, and most people were dancing to that song. I think the first way you run for their mind, I say, "Hey, na Afrobeat, na Nigerian song." Song. You understand?
Anyways, I mean, I know we have a lot. I don't want us to get into all of that again. We've talked about that. Try to pick on. In fact, even nitty-gritties we talked about, and I'm happy that we've successfully come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert, for gracing this platform. I don't ban you for here, so anytime you talk, we're talking about our phone.
You try for trigger me for fine palaver. As when all these bombing people, they don't team up against me. I'm not worried. I did.
Oh God, I'll tell you, we're going to someday. Don't know, so you must work out. You're not going to get road. You're going
to see why Sparko, my childhood friend. Me and Sparko are classmates. Now we should for one desk for school. And me and Sparko, we used to like ourselves until this toxic bombing man can.
Oh, come on, Mr. Gilbert, we're not going to say that again. We don't try Mr. Gilbert. I don't ban you for this platform. Me, I don't
want you to. I don't want to see. I don't want association of bombing the people, association of anti.
But at the camp of Camille, whether you invite me or not, as you work at the night was giving invitation, they will see me for Camille.
You're welcome. You know, so you share everything. You never share the flyer where Camille honor CY International for that flyer.
No, I not see the one. I
don't understand. I didn't bomb the people there when I get broke.
No, I not see that one. That one I don't see them. You know that if I share. You should appreciate it for them. No, Mr. Gilbert, for this one I'm here for fight.
Two brother.
No.
Anglophone entertainers.
No, Mr. Gilbert. If it comes to sharing people's work, I toot my horn on that. I share. I do, and you know that. I share everybody.
You're the only Anglophone where you share.
In fact, if I talk and now so you can come out this screen. Guys, that was Mr. Gilbert for you. Thank you. We're honored he came.
I told you guys that I was coming to have fun and I was coming to laugh and play.
Right. We've had mad fun, guys, and I know you guys enjoyed yourselves as well. Okay, bye, Mr. Gilbert. Right, so guys, Mr. Gilbert is gone. I have Elvis Doe in there, Pops Harris, TMR, and we have Tube Enane, Kelvin, Will Williams, Gaze. We have the beautiful Steffi Tum. Hey guys, watch out. I'll be having an interview, an exclusive sit down with Steffi Tum in the days ahead. Of course, we're going to announce that, but we're going to have an interview with the Vice Chancellor of ICT University, he's going to be here. It's going to be an honor for me and for him to grace this platform. I mean, it means everything to us. You all know about ICTU. I'm brand ambassador of ICT University, and applications are ongoing. It is the place to be. Every solution to all your ICT queries. So please make sure you register for the October, that's the fall session, and get your younger ones, if not you. We have loads of programs. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we call it a day on it's Delhi TV, so streaming on Delhi Singer Official. I love you all so much. Bye-bye for now.
ICT Country People University. Make we hear, una get the spots.
The 21st century is a century for ICT. You need a tool such as ICT to reach so many places.
Apply now and study ICT, Science of Education, Business Management, and many more at the ICT University.
I can remember having my first company on paper at ICT University during my Entrepreneurship 101 course.
We have lectures online and on-site, permitting us to connect with other students all over the world.
The ICT University recently received the Guardian Post Award for Best University in the sub-region.
Artificial intelligence is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that can guide you when moving from one city to another in Cameroon.
Apply now. American-style studies right here.
Now, country people, the ICT University for Yaoundé, so now the best for Central African sub-region, my country people. Now, Professor Emmanuel Pondi that win a big oga for the university. And one salute, Professor
Victor Mbarika.
Country people, with this wonderful initiative where don't bring them inside Cameroon. When I don't get for go for one man country again for go study business management, study wonderful technology, and a lot of other things. And where ICT University again are the best ICT university that for inside Cameroon. So send your picking there. When I want to already get advanced level, papa na better places. Not in America, now for inside Africa and for Cameroon, it day. So now we partner, we're going to talk about them before school one start for October. Thank you. Kick 'em. We're not there for catch 'em.